Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to talk about the colour brown in relation to glass. In between the wars, brown seemed to be a very popular colour for everything, almost for furniture, upholstered and non, carpets, walls, you name it, and glass. Green was also popular as well, but green kind of like stayed after the war and before the war, and there was different shades, and yeah, so it's kind of like, it's not like a period colour. Brown is very interwar period, and I'm not saying nobody used it afterwards or before, but it's a very interwar colour. And so my plan is I'm going to show you some glasses from different manufacturers and also from different countries, because it seemed to be popular in Scandinavia as well, not just in the UK. And when I'm going to be telling you stuff like, oh yeah, period colour, blah blah blah, I've got to back it up and show you some different bits of glass. So that's my plan. I'm going to show you some different bits of glass from different manufacturers and also different countries. So yeah, put my money where my mouth is, or at least put my glass where my mouth is anyway. So with that said, oh, and I'm not going to use any references. I'm just going to show you stuff and tell you what it is, okay? You have to trust me on that bit. So with that said, let's go on and have a look at some glass. So I'm going to start at the darker end of the spectrum with this Stewart crystal Stratford jug. And yeah, so this was designed in 1921 by Ludwig Knei. The brown ones are one of the rarest colours of it. And it was, yes, it was made from 1921, probably through to 1980, but as the brown ones are rarer, I pretty much think they're the pre-war ones. So yeah, and I've got a couple of glasses to go with this. I've only ever seen one of the brown one. I've seen loads of all the other colours. So here we go. This is the first brown piece of glass I'm showing you. Next I'm going with a Thomas Webb Old English Bullseye Decanter. This is from the 1930s, I think, and yeah, so the other one was like a bit of a purplish brown. This is more of a reddish brown, still quite dark. But yeah, the browns go through a whole spectrum, and some of them are so light they almost look like a champagne colour, but it's brown if it's really thick. So yeah, so this is the next one. So yeah, Thomas Webb now. So we've done Stewart crystal, Thomas Webb, and now we're going to do white Friers. So here's the piece of white Friers. It's claret jug. The patent number is 2091. They call this old amber, and it's kind of like a greenish brown colour. Don't mistake it for golden amber. That's a different colour altogether. Now, I'm not saying that amber is more of a mid-century colour, so lots of companies carried on using it after the war. It was a brighter colour. Let me give you a little bit of comparison. So theoretically, this is the glass that would go with that, and you can see that is a very different colour. And also we saw the Stratford jug from Stewart crystal, that was brown. They also did that in a very bright amber that looks very like that amber there as well. So yeah, but this colour, I think they might have even stopped doing it by the war. This patent started out in 1908, so they might have been doing this colour as early as that, but the old amber ones are much rarer, and in fact all of the white Friers are old amber. So I think it was made after the war, but not for after World War One. That would be, but not for a very long time. This is a Orfer Decter, so it's from Sweden. It is in the 1926 catalogue. It's designed by Simon Gate, and yeah, it's very brown. I've got glasses that came with it. I don't think these came with it, but they're from in the same catalogue, and yeah, they're brown too. So this is a Strombergs Osborne Decanter. It's a kind of like a purpley brown, but this is kind of like a bit of an extreme. Their decanters, it's supposed to be, I think this colour is supposed to be called straw. Let me pull out another one and try and get it in the picture. And there you go. Push it back a bit. There you go. You can see it's a slightly different shade, not quite as purpley. In fact, actually, let me pull something else in. That's definitely not as purpley. So these are all Strombergs Decter, and you can see there's like a range of colours. The middle one's the most purpley, then the next one is a bit more greyish brown, and then the one on the right there is kind of more of a yellowy pale brown. So yeah, I don't think their colour control is super fantastic, but anyway, it's one of my favourite makers, and yeah, I really like the stuff they do. But anyway, yeah, this is their colour. It's called straw, but it's like a pale brown. It's not amber anyway. So let's move on and have a look at another manufacturer. So here we go. Here's another Swedish decanter. It's by Costa. It's got the label on it as well for Costa. This is from 1940. Well, I know it's in the 1940 catalogue. So yeah, it's probably earlier than that. I also have another one. I haven't been able to date this one precisely, but it's the same colour. This one's by A4s. Again, I know it's got the label. And the labels are similar quality to that label, so I'm presuming they're from similar dates. You can see they're very similar shades. I think the A4s one is a bit darker, darker glass, because this is actually thicker than this one, but this one still looks darker. Anyway, so I think I will cut off there because I think you've seen enough brownness. So there you have it, 50 shades of brown. And yeah, I'm even wearing brown just because I knew I was going to make this video today. So I'm sure I'm going to get lots of people thinking, there are other things that are brown, but it was a common colour for tableware really at that time. Because yeah, the thing to remember is that everything I've shown you is tableware. Grey is probably more the post-war colour, you know, especially once you get into the 60s and 70s. And it's probably back now for the last 10 years. But yeah, brown. And also, if you think of all sort of like the Davidson cloud vases and all of those kind of things, yeah, other people were doing brown as well. So with that, I used no references. Hey, and yeah, so I think I'm just going to wrap up. So thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a good night. Good night.